Audio Jungle.
Hey guys, Phil Drake here. Another audio news from me, this time from the sport. Let's talk about Barcelona challenging to approve ultimate test of Real Madrid Resurgence. This is from the CNN, what I'm now talking about. For all the talk of Real Madrid's season being in a crisis, Los Blancos are now just 3 games away from securing a major trophy. After suffering 3 consecutive La Liga defeats in October the 3rd, the 5-1 Clásico loss to Barcelona proved to be the final straw for Julian Lopetegui. Real have recently started to show signs of life in a post-Cristiano Ronaldo era. The mini resurgence under Lopetegui's successor, Santiago Solari, which has seen the club climb to within 2 points of second-place Atletico Madrid and reach the Champions League last 16, will face the ultimate test Wednesday as Real travel to the Camp Nou to again face arch rivals Barca in the first leg of their Copa del Rey semi-final. Solari, who has overseen a run of 7 wins in the last 8 games, will be boosted by the news Barca talisman Lionel Messi is unlikely to feature after suffering a thigh injury in Saturday's draw against Valencia. The Argentine is set to undergo further tests ahead of Wednesday match, but reports suggested he trained apart from his teammates on Monday. For me, there are 2 predictions, one with Messi, one without Messi. Marca journalist June Castro tells CNN Sport, without Messi, I think both teams have the same possibility of reaching the final. But with Messi, which isn't very likely right now, the clear favorite is Barcelona. Both teams arrive at the game with a good feeling. Solari has recovered a lot. Karim Benzema has an unbelievably recent record on Vinicius is the new sensation of Real. Ronaldo's less real troubles are those that Benzema's recent resurgence has seen him score 6 goals in his last 4 games, with the Frenchman previously having scored just twice in 13 matches. Is that in coincidence in front of goal which has blighted Real this season, as well as leaky backline with Benzema being forced to single-handedly shoulder the responsibility of replacing Ronaldo's 15-plus goals over season in Gareth Bale's continued absence through injury. The failure to adequately replace the Portuguese star who joined Juventus in July for reported $117 million transfer fee fails squarely at the feet of Real president Florentino Perez. Castro says despite Lopetegui being made that fall guy. Real's troubles this season haven't only been due to Ronaldo's absence, but the main reason is his absence. Castro says this: Real made some mistakes in their preparation for this season, but the biggest one was permitting Cristiano to leave, and for that money. The second mistake was not signing a replacement for him, 1 or 2 players, and the third one was not creating another figure to supply all these goals in the striker's position. It's clear that Benzema is replacing him, in the sense that he is scoring more goals than any other player, but this is not enough to replace such big figures that Cristiano posted. Thought it's clear Real Madrid have made some improvements on the pitch under Solari, now at least looking more likely than not to win each game they play. Castro remains unconvinced and impact the Argentine coach has had on the team. I don't think it's a question of names, I think it was a question of time. Castro explained it, in the sense that if Lopetegui had stayed longer, he probably would have won all these matches as Solari has. But Lopetegui did not have the right amount of time. I don't think it was his fault. I think it was a question of time and not a question of what Solari has brought to that team, because if you go into the details, Solari has lost a lot of games as well. I will say the big detail from Solari's side was to bring fresh blood to the team like Vinicius and Sergio Reguilón, which is very important because in his place was Marcelo, who was untouchable. Solari had the courage to put Reguilón instead of Marcelo, so 2 big decisions, and the third wants to play Lucas more than Gareth Bale. I think those 3 were big decisions for Solari. Champions League, why not? Despite a problematic and largely underwhelming season so far, Castro believes there is a high chance Real can win one or more trophies this season. while on any hope of winning just a second La Liga title in 7 years has long since evaporated. Reals know how in knockout competitions, particularly the Champions League, means are hard to discount from them potential securing the double. La Liga is obviously lost, Castro says. The Copa, of course, they have only 3 games ahead to win the title, so of course it's possible, even more without Messi in the first match. And the Champions League, some of the Champions League titles in Real Madrid history have been in the worst moments than this particular season. Real Madrid on the big stage really are superior. They have a superior mentality, they grow a lot, so you can never say no to Real. So basically, people, that's it. This was the audio about Real and Barcelona. Some new players that will be replaced. It was my pleasure to talk about this. And till the next time.